We're packing up and moving on in this episode of Christina on the Coast Unfiltered. Hey, ladies.
Hey, Ryan.
This is not your typical episode. This is emotional.
It is.
Because now you actually are moving out of the house.
It was very emotional. It was emotional a few months after we sold the house too. It was really hard on Taylor. It was a lot of change for her at once. So it was a rough summer. So the movers came over and got everything out of the house. And that was hard to watch. And now everything's going into storage. Taylor wanted to go back the next day and say bye to the house. So I had to walk her into a completely empty house. She did cry, and it was heartbreaking for me as a mom. It was raw. I mean, that's a raw moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of memories in the house.
Yeah.
I don't miss the house.
Care to elaborate?
I just, a lot of things went down, obviously, in that house. The kids grew up in there, great memories, but also a lot of things happened, and it was a really hard time for Christina, and I'm obviously super protective over her, and it's nice to kind of put things behind you and have a new, fresh start, and Christina's in her new element, new family, new husband, and it's the perfect fit.
Yeah.
I can just feel the energy.
Well, there's a line in the open that's, I think, very insightful about what this show's about, is that there's something wonderful about reinventing someone's world. And that's what you're doing. You're reinventing your own world. And I think that's inspiring to see what strength and courage you have when you're doing it. So no sooner do you move out of this house that now you have to find a place. You're in a short-term rental.
Oof.
Yeah, and I think there's a really cute moment where we actually get to see you stop by.
So have you found anywhere that you're interested in?
It is price shock. I came from a big house on a big property, and here I'm looking at smaller houses on way smaller properties for twice the price.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother world.
There's so many cute houses.
You wanna start looking with me?
You're kidding? I love house hunting.
Okay, so during your house hunting, you're starting to look at places with Shannon. Do you find along the way that there are things that weren't as important as you thought they were?
I mean, at first when I thought move down by the beach, I pictured maybe a view. And that's what I thought I wanted. It would be great to have a view and maybe sacrifice a bit of yard, because I came from a really large yard in Yorba Linda. But when I discovered these properties, I discovered they have no privacy, and I need privacy.
Did you expect when you started doing Flip or Flop that would ever come to the point where people would be standing outside your place with a photographer?
Never, ever, ever, never.
I knew it. I knew it.
Did you really? Well, you work in publicity.
100%. And I still remember the conversation we had. I go, your life is about to change. People will be, you're gonna be on covers of magazines. There's gonna be paparazzi outside your house. It's just absolutely not, no one cares. And I go, all right. And then, sure enough.
I forget. I just leave the house, and then I'm like, oh, there's someone following me, and then I look at what I'm wearing, and I potentially am wearing something really weird, and I'm like, oh, great.
I was gonna ask you that. Have you ever been like, oh, I wouldn't have worn this?
All the time. I'm like, what are you wearing? Or she loves these slogan shirts, and sometimes they're very inappropriate.
Now, what's an example of an inappropriate one?
Pink champagne, can't complain. After the news broke about me and Tarek, I wore a shirt not knowing that said pink champagne, can't complain. It just wasn't probably appropriate.
I bought you shirts that were comfy but didn't say anything on it, or were appropriate so you could wear it.
Okay, so the clients, the Lees, Sam and Hannah, they have a kitchen that is just tragic.
Dun, dun.
It's a disaster, I know.
Yeah, it's not our favorite room.
The salmon on the brown, I'm not really sure what look the previous owner was going with. Oh, so bad. She has such cute taste too, and that poor kitchen was rough.
Do you think people are intimidated by doing kitchens? Is that why they wait on that?
I think yes, because you know how inconvenient that is. Plus they had a new baby, and imagine not having a kitchen, period. You've been there, I've been there. I did it when Taylor was a baby. It is awful.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Right.
So I feel like everyone waits last for the kitchen, because otherwise you're just out of luck. You have no refrigerator, you have no microwave, no pantry, you got nothing.
Would you have done anything differently in that house if it were a flip as opposed to what you did here?
The backsplash was pretty bold, so it really just depends on the neighborhood. So I feel like if it's a traditional neighborhood for a flip, I would not have done the blue, but if it's more of up and coming, then I would have done it. So it just totally depends.
Yeah, right. Oh, here comes our special co-star. Cash, come here. Come here.
Who do you love the most?
Come here.
Who do you love the most?
He knows who feeds him.
Right. So this is, Cash is a co-star on the show. Very enthusiastic. We saw you during the open house.
Hi, boo.
Okay, we're gonna leave in 30 seconds.
How long have you had Cash?
So I surprised Taylor with Cash 2 years ago. Since she could talk, she wanted a gray French bulldog.
You're kidding.
Literally since she was 18 months old. So she came home from school one day, and Cash ran straight to her all the way to the front door. I had him in the backyard.
What do you think?
But it was the sweetest moment. He sleeps in bed with her. They are besties. He's the sweetest dog.
Very expressive. And Cash walks around kind of like he owns the place. It's so wonderful.
He comes to set with me all the time, like to Flip or Flop and Christina on the Coast, and he loves the crew, so he's a good boy.
That's awesome. Well, Cash has very specific writing in his contract that he's only allowed a 1-minute cameo or his rate goes right up. So we're gonna say goodbye for now, but please continue to check back for more Christina on the Coast Unfiltered. See you next time.
Bye.
Cash, you done? You done? You out of here?
Bye, Cash.
Time for craft services.
See ya.
Biscuits.
I'll get a treat.